Blue fragrances are all the rage. You know, that's been a trend that has been ongoing for years at this point, and it's not slowing down. Another trend with blue fragrances is oftentimes they're kind of expensive. Even niche brands are coming out with their own versions of that style of scent, and those are even more expensive. A lot of the designer ones are typically going to be, I guess, somewhere in the $50, $60 range. Others can be up into the 100s. You know, you guys know the drill. They're all over the place. There's a ton of them. And if you want to be able to experience them, but you don't want to spend a ton of money either, there are options for you. And another thing that's all the rage right now is fragrance clones. Now, clones have been going on for a while now, but it seems like within the past couple years, they've really been ramping up. Not only have we been getting more of them, but the quality of these particular clones have gotten so good that it's almost scary. So today we're kind of combining those two worlds, those two trends, which are not stopping. We're going to be taking a look at 7 affordable blue fragrance clones. So I've done tons of videos on clones already, and I've featured a few of these sprinkled in bits and pieces, but this is all about the blue scents. So if you want some affordable alternatives to those expensive blue fragrances, these 7 are going to hook you up. I will link these down below if you want to pick these up. These are all going to be going anywhere from, I think, $20 to $50 for these clones, and all of them are significantly more affordable than that of what they are cloning. If any of these are out of stock, they'll come back at some point, and the best way to be able to get them is to sign up to the mailing list at the first link down below. As soon as they come into stock, I'll send an email blast out, and generally they sell quick. That's what makes that list so powerful, is you get a notification right away, and you can pick it up before it does sell out, and they do sell out quick. So first link down below, it's a very useful tool for you. Let's get things started with LATTAFA FAKHAR Eau de Parfum. So this one has apple, it's got sage, has lavender, has amberwood. Sound familiar? Yeah, this is a clone of YSL Eau de Parfum. And I believe this one is going for right around $20, $25, maybe somewhere right in the middle of that. So very affordable, especially when Eau de Parfum is pretty consistently at around, I think, 105, maybe 110 on discounters for 100 ml. It's expensive, and that's discounted price. The retail is even more than that, and that one's always been expensive, always will be. It's a YSL. They generally aren't discounted too much off retail. They do cost a premium, you know, but they do have great quality as well and great performance. However, that's not your only option. You do have this one right here. It has great performance as well. Quality holds up and gets you very close to that Eau de Parfum DNA, the aromatic amberwood, just kind of fruity, semi-sweet scent that you guys know very much. You can pick this one up for a fraction of the price, and you can really kind of not feel as bad about spraying this one heavily. Whereas if you're spraying Eau de Parfum all the time, you see that bottle going down and you just kind of start to hurt because you know you're going to buy another one and it's going to be expensive, but not this stuff. Even if you already have a bottle of this is one that you can wear on a daily basis and kind of preserve your real bottle if you wanted to. Next up, we have HARAMAIN Amber Oud Blue Edition. So yes, this one right here is going to be their take on Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum version. The note breakdown on this one does differentiate a little bit. You've got grapefruit, lemon, vetiver, and sandalwood. So like, for example, there's no incense in here, even though it still does give off that impression. There's some cedarwood in here. Maybe that provides a little bit of that smoky grapefruit smell that you get. Now, but ultimately, heavily inspired and frankly a clone of Bleu de Chanel. This one I believe is going for right around $45 for a tester. Full presentation's a little bit more, and I think these are also available in like a 200 ml bottle, huge size, which is a better price per ml. Does bump the price up a little bit more, but still these are well less than half the price of Bleu de Chanel, so it is nice savings overall. Bleu de Chanel, that DNA anyway, is a must-have. I think every guy should have something that smells similar to it in your collection, and this is one that can do that for you. It's almost impossible to tell them apart to the average nose, and definitely out in public, no one will be able to tell the difference. Let's keep it moving with one that's right around $20, oftentimes on clearance. It's ARMAF Hunter Intense. This is the Eau de Parfum version. So if I can show you right there, Eau de Parfum, they kind of quietly released this as an Eau de Parfum. It was an Eau de Toilette originally, and these just started showing up. I didn't know if it was a mistake in the listing on FragranceNet, so I bought it, and it truly is an eau de parfum. I think they did the same with Très Nuit I saw. It kind of came out as an eau de parfum. A little bit odd, but hey, I'm not complaining. I prefer the higher concentrations, and this one is fantastic. So what is this a clone of? Actually, it's kind of a mixture of a bunch of things. Most notably, kind of Invictus Aqua / Ressassi Havas meets Sauvage meets a little bit of Dylan Blue. It's just kind of a lot of things. Mostly the Invictus Aqua DNA is what I equate this one to. You know, the aquatic notes, the heavy ambroxan, the citrus, that sort of thing. But again, it kind of does a whole bunch of stuff. Although it's all wrapped up into a $20 scent, making this one unbeatable for the price, has great performance, and I love it. This next one is also right around $20, maybe $25. I've seen testers for under $20, which is crazy. I don't know if those came with a cap or not. Can't remember. But ultimately, this one is pretty much dirt cheap. Can pick it up next to nothing type of thing. Antonio Banderas, the Icon. Yeah, this brand, they have a lot of things, a lot of which are very cheap. Some of them are not all that good, like Seduction, Blue Seduction or something. It's just very cheap, right? However, this one exceeded my expectations a lot. It's got grapefruit, pepper, lavender, and sage. What does that look like? That looks like Sauvage, because it is Sauvage. I want to show you this atomizer as well. We'll even get over here by the microphone. Do you hear that sound, that click? And do you see that distribution? Nice atomizer for basically $20. This is premium presentation for that price. I mean, it is impressive. And yes, very much smells like Sauvage. The eau de toilette DNA, the spiciness, that sort of thing really comes through with this one. But you do get the lavender aromatics. The only difference is grapefruit rather than bergamot. And you pick up on that. And it is a tweak. However, in a good way. It just changes it just enough to make it not super redundant, but still very much Sauvage leaning. And I love it. Has great performance too. Okay, next up we have another one that I think is in the $25 range, maybe $30. Perry Ellis Aqua Extreme. Kind of an interesting note breakdown on this one. We've got lavender, geranium, juniper, and tobacco leaf. Not tobacco. There is zero tobacco smokiness in this one, but tobacco leaf. And there is a difference, and it's just kind of a more aromatic note to go along with all of the other aromatics that you get. Now this one is very much Versace Dylan Blue inspired. In fact, it smells quite a bit like it. You get that sweetness, and that's really what VDB is all about, is the sweet ambroxan or ambergris, and kind of that has some patchouli going on in it as well, and it also has incense. This one doesn't have incense listed off, but it gives you very much a similar smell. You know, Versace Dylan Blue is of the sweeter variety of blue scent, and that's what this one does as well. It's even sweeter than like a Y eau de parfum, and that's why this one fits in so much. For the price, you really can't go wrong with it. You can apply it heavily. You can use it as a room freshener if you wanted. It would be a great gift to give to someone. They'll be able to get a ton of use out of it. They'll get a ton of compliments from it. They'll be super happy with it. And you're not breaking the bank. Just a great one to have all the way around. Second to last, we have ARMAF Très Nuit Lyric. And this is, yeah, I was looking to see if it's an eau de parfum or not. It is an eau de parfum. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Nice looking bottle. Nice little fake leather wrap around it with some fake stitching. Pretty cool stuff all the way around. Now this one, very similar to Acqua di Gio Profondo. So that one, all about the mineral notes, the orange, the sea notes, the aromatics, right? Profondo is amazing stuff. Definitely deserves the hype and the attention that it gets. That being said, it's up over $100 on discounters even still. And there are different bottle sizes available. You could go down a size to make it a little bit more affordable, but you also are sacrificing the volume of juice. And so if you're going to wear it all the time, you're going to run through it quicker, and you're going to buy another bottle, and you could have saved money by just buying the bigger bottle to begin with. So it's kind of a, you know, it depends on just how you're going to use it. Or you could spend about $25 and get this one, which gets you very close. The quality is more than acceptable for a $25 scent at the end of the day. ARMAF has kind of figured out the clone thing by now. This one's no exception. Great take on that DNA. It's perfect for summertime. And last up, you're going to see this bottle and you're immediately going to know what it is a clone of. And that's the only one that I can say for about this video. All of the other ones that I featured, the bottles looked nothing like the original, right? Maybe they were blue, okay? But aside from that, you wouldn't be able to tell just by looking. This one, there is not a chance that you will not know what this is a clone of, or at least what you would expect it to be a clone of. I mean, really? Look at that. It is ridiculous. And if you just kind of flash this on the screen, you would just think this is Elysium. Yeah, this is Imperium by Fragrance World, and yes, it is indeed an Elysium clone. At least you would sure hope it to be when you see this bottle. That would be pretty shady if they were to do this level of detailing and then make it smell like, you know, Spice Bomb or something. Luckily, they stuck with it, and this looks like a lawsuit waiting to happen. I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. You know, I don't know what the grounds are for something like that. I'll let the experts figure that out and discuss it down below. But I just think it's pretty funny. Same thing with like Maison Alhambra cloning the Tom Ford Private Blends to an almost T. It's crazy stuff. So this needs no explanation. You guys know the notes. It's really all about the vetiver, the blackcurrant, the grapefruit, the ambroxan, ambergris, lemon, okay? It's all about that stuff, okay? Most notably the vetiver. The vetiver compound, I've said it before, I'll say it again, is what makes Elysium what it is. I mean, it is the note that you pick up on the most, and it's a certain type of vetiver that I don't smell anywhere else. It doesn't smell the same as the vetiver used in Roja's own vetiver, you know, their own flagship vetiver. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like any other vetiver fragrance I've smelled. It's very specific, and they got this down so incredibly close that it is almost just scary. And it's almost like they just put in a little bit of real Elysium into this whatever juice concoction to make it smell as close as it does. It's nothing short of impressive. So yeah, this one I paid, I think, $40 for, and of course Elysium retails for $2.90 for the Parfum Cologne, retails for $4.85 for the Parfum 50 ml bottle, so it's insane price per mil. On discounters, Elysium, you can get it for right around maybe $2.20, a little bit less, a little bit more. You're saving a ton of money here. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 7 BLEU fragrance clones that you can buy that are significantly more affordable than the real thing. These are amazing. Links to these will be down below. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.